guys, welcome back to my side of the internet. This week we are in week 3 of reading classics, and this week Prince Caspian is the chosen classic. Now if you saw last week's video, I said that this technically isn't part of the canon of modern classics like Jane Austen, Charlotte Bronte, so on and so forth. Okay, I understand that, but because this was written before 2002, it's considered a classic in my eyes, so there's that. Anyway, I am halfway through Prince Caspian. Not going to lie, this week has been a thumbs down when it comes to filming. I have not filmed that much this week, but I have been reading. I promise. I think you promise. Today's Saturday. Yeah. I'm gonna finish this book this week. My goals in this series has been to finish a book a week. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to finish a book a week. So far on Prince Caspian, so good, by the way. Such a good series. The children are back in Narnia, and this time they're getting caught up on what's happened since they left Narnia, which is a very, very, very long time. It's been a very long time. They've been gone for so long. Last week's video I talked about how Narnian time is different from Earth. Yep, because it's a different dimension. And so they've been gone for not even a year, maybe a little bit over a year, and they're back, and Narnia is just all over the place. What's going on in Narnia? I don't know yet. I'm in the thick of it. Okay? There's a king. Well, he's technically supposed to be a king. Narnia was taken over by humans that did not steward the animals of Narnia very well, and they are currently fighting to get Narnia back. So, what a wonderful, magical book this is. I know last week I said there was no magic in this book. There's a little bit of magic. It's not like in the whole book though, you know? It's in like parts of the book. It's more, if you like talking animals and mythology, like giants, which giants are real. But I digress. Giants or elves or talking squirrels, you're gonna love this book. I love this book. It's so good. It's so good. It's one of those books where I keep thinking about. But on slightly more important matters, I want to talk about Pride and Prejudice. Week 1 of this challenge, I read Pride and Prejudice. An amazing book. I loved it. My husband and I watched the movie. I actually watched it with my dear best friend. I watched it with her. Sully used to watch it every single week. I'm like, why are you watching Pride and Prejudice every week? It can't be that good. I watched it with her, and then I watched it with my husband. I'm watching it for the 3rd time already. I love the movie. See, last week I talked about how I'm not going to watch a movie before I read the book. It's just not going to happen. Unless I ignorantly pick a movie and there's magically a book, you know, like, and I didn't know. Okay, that's different. I'm talking about, I read Pride and Prejudice, an amazing book, amazing. I love the book. It's like up there, top 5 favorite books of all time. Watch the movie. Amazing. The soundtrack, Hans Zimmer, you know who Hans Zimmer is? One of the greatest composers of our time. Hans Zimmer, who? He wasn't on the soundtrack, but he might as well have been. It was so good. Pride and Prejudice was so good. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna read some more. I am currently on page 82. I don't know what chapter I'm on because I don't read in Roman numerals like that, but I'll keep reading. Okay, I just got into a really good part of the book. That's why in the last clip you see me laughing because it's all starting to make sense. Essentially, like the first half of the book, it's the story of what's been happening in Narnia, told through the perspective of C.S. Lewis. And something I love about C.S. Lewis's writing style is he like intrudes himself in the story. I don't know if that makes sense. So like typically when you get third person narrator, you don't get the author's perspective or like even explaining what's happening. You get this like third person unbiased just storytelling, I guess narration, but C.S. Lewis inputs his thoughts a lot in the book, like a lot. Where he'll say, excuse me, that's my cat. Where he'll say, and now I'm going to tell you the story of how Narnia has been doing since the kids have left, but not from the perspective of the elf, because that would take too long and it would be too complicated. I'm going to tell you from my own perspective. So C.S. Lewis intrudes himself in the story, which I've never seen an author do. Sunday and it feels so amazing outside, so I'm going to read out here for about an hour. It's 4:28, so I will be back at 5:30 to see how much I read. I read for 30 minutes. I was able to get through a chapter, and one thing that I really love so far, I'm about halfway through the book and I just love the humor that C.S. Lewis has. It is so witty, and it kind of reminds me of Elizabeth a little bit from Pride and Prejudice, like just her witty humor. And they just have such funny moments. So I'm about to go for a walk, and hopefully when I come back, I'll be able to read a little bit more. I'm about halfway through the book right now, so hopefully I either finish the book tomorrow or on Tuesday. Okay, you guys, this is Lanier Theological Library. I absolutely love this library. I did end up finishing Prince Caspian while I was here, but this place is just so magical, and every time I come here, I just feel so inspired. It's one of the most beautiful libraries that we have here in Texas, but it's definitely worth the drive from where I live. Yeah, I love changing it up because I'm such a homebody and I can be at home and read while I'm at home, but like there's something different about going outside of your environment and reading. And I really encourage you guys that are listening, if there's a place that inspires you and that you can go to that's nearby where you live, go and read. Like set yourself apart, and it's so amazing what environment does to you. Yeah, I loved Prince Caspian. It's the second book in the Narnia series, and one thing that I learned is to not forget to be a child. Like, I feel like as adults, we forget to, I guess, like the world, the stresses of this life just impose so much on us, and we forget to be like children. Especially every time I'm reading a book, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, I'm always looking for things that I can take and apply to my own life. And I guess that's one thing I really like about classics, and the reason why I love reading classics so much, like pre-2000s, is because no matter what you're reading, whether it's an adult book like Pride and Prejudice or a children's book like The Chronicles of Narnia, like you get to learn so much. Like I feel like authors from that time period wrote to teach a lesson. They wrote so the reader can learn something. And I feel like it's very hard to find that in fiction literature now in the 21st century. Now, to be frank, I don't read much fiction literature from the 21st century, so I wouldn't know, but y'all let me know in the comments if y'all agree or disagree with me. I'd love to hear everyone's perspective on this, but yeah, the theme that I really like stuck out to me is that the children, these four children, they're in this world and it's kind of dull in their own world, and they go to school, they're kids, right? So, I mean, they look forward to their summers like how we all did when we were children. But then they enter Narnia, and Narnia is so different from their their real world. They get to experience these magical creatures that talk. They meet Aslan. They there's this whimsical, magical atmosphere in Narnia that changes the children. And nothing I'm saying is spoiler. I'm like scratching the surface of the book, but to me, as an adult, as a 23-year-old woman, I'm like, wow, how often do I live my life like the children live their life in this world, and we lose this childlike element where we don't stop and smell the flowers. And I'm like, let's stop and smell the flowers in 2025. Let's romanticize our life. Like going to Linear Theological Library, that is an hour from where I live, but me and my husband, we go because this life is way too short to not romanticize it, to not do things that we love and we enjoy doing, even if it means we drive an hour somewhere to read, to work. Like, to me, that is romanticizing my life. That is taking Narnian elements and putting that in my life. And the children, they come back to Earth, and this is specifically in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They come back to Earth, and they are not to speak of anything that happened in Narnia. And I feel like that's what the world does to us as children. It's like the world tells us to not dream. Oh yeah, those dreams that you had as a kid, the whimsical life that you wanted to live, the magical and beautiful life you wanted to live, don't ever talk about that again. And as an adult, I'm just not going to accept that into my life. I'm not going to let this earth, this world, take away the magical elements that I know God created for us to live in. And Narnia is almost like a picture of heaven. And that's why Aslan is a picture of Jesus or God. And it's amazing when you serve God, you do get to experience magic in your life. You do get to experience the supernatural joy of Christ, the supernatural peace of Christ. And the world tries to take that away from you. It tries to remove that away from you. But I say let's live like we're in Narnia. And yeah, I mean, let's live because Narnia is a picture of heaven. Let's take that picture of heaven and bring it here on earth. Like, I think of the scripture that says, it's in Matthew, it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And I do believe we're supposed to live in joy, in wisdom, in peace, in love, in kindness. And the Lord has given us the fruit of the earth. So like, I just love Narnia. I don't know if you can tell. I love this series. I love this series, especially coming from a Christian. And I just refuse, you guys, I refuse to not live in peace. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say that. Like, I refuse to not live in joy. I refuse to not live in peace. I refuse to not live with the stress. Like, I'm not going to live in the stresses of this life. It's just not me. I'm gonna do the things that I know God's called me to do. I'm gonna read books. I'm gonna serve my husband, serve my family, serve my community the best that I can, and give unto others as God gives unto me. Like, I am going to leave this earth knowing that I got to experience a piece of heaven here on earth. Anyway, but you guys, I just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So good. So good. And one thing you gotta know about me is I'm gonna find something. Like, I'm going to find something to learn from a book. You call it reaching, I call it God's wisdom, truly. Like, I believe God is in everything. God is in everything that is true, that is holy, that's beautiful. And when we look at the sky, we know that it's Him. And that's how I see books. It's like God has given certain people, given all of us wisdom, right? And it's our responsibility to learn from one another, to be sharpened from one another. And especially like from people in the 1900s and 1800s, like just seeing what's going on in their mind and how they view society. I don't know. That's a hint from what I'm reading next week. Come in next week, where I will be starting my last classic of this series. Yes, that's right, last classic. And it's a true classic. 1800s is my hint to you guys that are watching. Drop in the comments what you think I'm gonna read. I'm not gonna tell y'all. I know you want me to tell you what I'm gonna read. I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, and also good news, I'm shooting on my phone, but I am getting a camera on Wednesday. Today's Monday, and I'm so excited to up the quality of my videos. That's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, just some plans that I have so far. So after this classic series, oh, I might start reading Christmas books. I have not read any Christmas literature. I have so many ideas. I already ordered one book that I want to read, and I will be starting that book after the classic series is over. But this series, it's so sweet it coming to an end, like just reading older literature. I do want to read more modern literature after. We'll see. I don't know. It may not happen. I might keep reading classics. But you already know how it goes, you guys. So I'm just here to remind you guys that Jesus loves you, and I hope something in this video inspired you to pick up a book and read it. And if you're having a hard time finishing a book, just remember to turn the page.